Paige, we're going to be making dioramas today. But in order to get your diorama made, there's something very important that we need all of our friends to do.
What's that?
Well, we need you to take a nature walk. And we need you to take a nature walk because when you make your diorama, which is your own personal little creek, we want you to experience the things that you would normally find at a creek on a creek bed. You can find right in your front yard. You can find in your driveway. It's the same sand. It's the same rocks. It's the leaves that are off the trees. It's even little pine cones or pieces of a pine tree. Anything that you would find around a creek. We want you to take that nature walk, and we want you to take it also because we want you to have a moment to enjoy with your families, because that's what we do with our family wrap program. We want to wrap the family with literacy and activities that bring us together.
That sounds like an amazing time to spend with your family.
Absolutely. And it's also good to get outside for some fresh air because, we're still dealing with COVID-19. And it's just good to get out and get some fresh air in our lungs and enjoy the beautiful sunshine, which is a wonderful way to not only come in touch with, the ecology around us, but to really feel like we just want to refresh ourselves.
And you know what? It sounds like great exercise too.
Absolutely. When you are taking your nature walk, you are walking and you are exercising. So we're doing so many things together as a family just to make our diorama.
That's amazing. Sounds like great research.
Absolutely.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Let's head.
Hi, friends. My name is Miss Kelly Jo, and I am so excited to be with you guys today. Although we have to do this remotely, as what you've been doing for several months now, I'm excited to show you how we can build what Miss Wade was talking about earlier, a diorama. And we can do it without having the materials that you would have expected to use. We can do it using materials that you have around the house. How great is that? Now, I gotta tell you first of all, Miss Kelly loves this book. The Little Creek by Jennifer Ward is just one of my favorites. And I gotta tell you, let me explain, I'm wearing this hat because I just came in from doing a nature walk. You heard Paige and Miss Wade talking about doing a nature walk. So I hope when you have time, you can do one too before you actually come in to make the diorama. I want to show you some of the things that I found. I'm so excited. Okay, let me show you. First of all, I love rocks. I found this rock and I think it's a really, really good one, and I'm going to be able to use it for our diorama, okay? And then I found some of these other things just lying around in the grass. Is that a great stick or what? I found this one, and then I found these guys too. And they're very different than that first stick that I found. So it's kind of thin and wispy. And then these two. So I'm thinking they didn't come from the same place. I don't think so at all. And then I found these on the ground too. Look at that, a little leaf. It's still green. How about that? And this leaf, it's a little bit bigger, but it's a very, very different shape. You see what I mean? It's a very different shape. Are you ready? Okay. A diorama. Like Miss Wade was talking about earlier, a diorama is a structure that you make that sits up. It's 3D. And in this case, it's going to be showing a riparian area, which means an area that has some kind of a water source, like a creek in our book, maybe a stream or something, and then the grasses and the trees and things like that are all around it. And of course, we learned about the animals and the insects and things that are in those areas too. Actually, I think that's called an ecosystem. Yeah. Let's get back to the diorama. Here's what you're going to need. Look around the house and have a grown-up help you with this too. First step. Can you look around and see, do you have maybe a box of cereal? Ask a grown-up if it's okay if you take the cereal out. Because this box is going to be great for us to use. It's going to be strong and sturdy. See, it's made out of like a stronger cardboard, so it's tougher than flimsy paper. That's what we need to set up the diorama, okay? Something else that you might need, okay, that you could just have around the house. You will need maybe some old magazines. Maybe a grown-up around the house has an old magazine. Miss Kelly loves art, so I've got some that are called Art in America, for example. Maybe some other magazines, but first you want to get permission, right? Because if it's not necessarily yours, like it's mom or dad's or grandma or grandpa's, or maybe just the babysitter, you want to make sure you're not just taking a magazine without asking first, right? But you might be looking at me right now and saying, Miss Kelly Jo, I don't think I have any magazines around the house. None of the grown-ups have any magazines either. Don't you worry. But you know what? Part of being a great artist is being able to think of many ways of doing something. Because there's never, ever, my friends, just one way. You don't have any magazines? That's okay. I bet you still have mail coming to the house, right? So, let me show you what came to Miss Kelly's house in just the last couple of days. Whew. Look at all these mailers. Good grief. So, you know what's great about these grocery store magazines? Mailers. They're full of pictures of food, which means it has all kinds of bright colors inside. We can use that. Let me show you what I mean. Okay. If you happen to have scissors around the house, and grown-ups, make sure we have the kid-friendly scissors with the safety handles on there. Please get those out. You can use those. If you have glue, that is great because we're going to need those two things. But also, if you don't have scissors or glue, that's okay. Because as you just saw, Miss Kelly ripped right into this grocery store mailer. And I can rip what I want to use out of it as well. Just use my fingers, okay? I'm going to tell you more about that in just 1 second. Glue is the same way. I've been in that situation, folks. I've been so ready to work on an art project. Jumped right in, realized I didn't have glue. But you know what? That's okay too. Ask a grown-up, hey, can you help me go root around in the kitchen for a little bit? Because I need to find the flour. Miss Kelly Jo told me to go get some flour, and that's exactly what you can use when you don't have glue, my friends. Okay? Have a grown-up help you. Get maybe like a half a cup of flour. Let me show you. If you happen to have an eighth of a cup, we'll put some water in there. We'll have that waiting off to the side because I'm going to show you how to mix it up. And we're going to pour that water into this bowl of flour. Just a minute. Okay? First things first. Okay? Let's get that cereal box. Grown-ups, we need your help with this one. Because, right, that's another part of being a great artist. Sometimes you need to realize when you need help. And it's okay to ask for it. We need help with this one. Grown-ups, can you please take the scissors and we're going to cut the side of the box. Let me show you what I mean. Now, if you have scissors, that's great, grown-ups. If you don't, again, because cereal boxes are pretty thin cardboard, you can just tear it. Let me show you what I mean. I'll take my scissors and I'm going to cut all the way down. And I'm going to cut the entire side off. Okay? Don't throw this away. We're going to use this for later. Do the same thing on the other side. And what you're going to have, folks, when you get done with that, is a piece of cardboard that looks like this. Miss Kelly Jo already cut this one, so it's just like that. This is going to become the base to your diorama. Remember Miss Kelly Jo said don't throw these away. You're going to use those too. So let me show you how. Take them, fold them in half. Take that, fold it in half again. Perfect. Open it up. You've made like a triangle, my friends. But actually what you've done is you've made a base to help hold up your diorama. Let me show you what I mean. It's going to help hold up your diorama by having those little brace brackets in the back that you just made from scratch. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go back to those magazines if you have them, or it's going to be the mailers, whatever you have. I want you to find pictures that have great big chunks of solid color. This is a great page. Does Miss Kelly have her scissors? No, I don't here. Why, we want to get permission first, right? Once you have that great big piece of color, let's start ripping out little pieces, just like that. Maybe a whole bunch. Let's get a whole bunch of yellow, okay? Let's look for other colors. This one came out of that grocery store mailer. And what color is that, folks? Orange. That's right. We'll rip that up too. Can we think of all the colors of the rainbow? Right? Let's get them all. Let's get them all. How about some browns? Black. Maybe you want some pinks in there. A little bit of white. Make huge piles for all of them. Where do we want to put them? We can use something that an artist uses called a palette. But I tell you what, you may not have a palette around the house. So this is where we gotta go back to the kitchen. Okay, let's get a grown up. Hey, can you help me? I would like to find a pie pan or a pizza pan. So folks, we got it all here. Green, yellows, orange, red. We've got purple, blue, browns, and blacks, pinks, grays, a little bit of white, a little bit of everything. Whoa! I mean, it's exciting, right? Okay, it's ready to go. Whew. I'm pumped up. I'm gonna set that down right here, okay? Because now we're ready to start making a riparian scene, okay? But we can't start making a sky, maybe some mountains, grass, water. We can't start doing all that if we don't have something, to make the paper stick to our cardboard, right? So I'm gonna go back to my bowl of flour, okay? I'm going to grab that little measuring cup of water and pour that in. Right. Fork. Are you ready, my friends? You ever done any baking, any cooking in the kitchen? We gotta start. I'm starting to get a paste. Can you see that? I am getting a paste together. Now, this is where Miss Kelly would suggest you can use one of these scrap pieces from that cardboard. So probably what I'm going to do is I'll use something like a spoon or this scrap piece of cardboard, and I'm going to smear that onto the back of my piece of paper, and then I'm going to attach it to my cardboard. And I can keep going with blue all over this to make a beautiful blue sky. And you know, if we're doing a riparian area, what else do I need? I need water. I need to be able to show that there is a little creek or something that is coming through on the bottom of my diorama. So I may want to make a squiggly blue stripe that goes down around the bottom. And I might want to use some greens to show grasses, and the brown for the mud that could be around the creek as well. I might want to have some mountains in the background. Let me show you one that Miss Kelly Jo has already gotten started. Not quite finished, but you can see I'm further along with this one than I am with this one that's just now starting. Can you see that I've got a sun that I've made right here in the middle? And I started to show some mountains with some of the brown pieces that I tore out from the magazine. And then on the bottom, I have a great big blue stripe for the creek. And then all my green patches to show some grass. I even decided not to have all the pieces laying down flat. I decided to let some of them stand up, which means that it becomes even more 3D that way. And what's the difference between 2D and 3D? 2D is something that's flat, like this piece of paper. And 3D is something that takes up space and has form to it, like this measuring cup. Or, instead of the flat piece of cardboard, it's now standing up, and it's 3D too. So, now I can take all those objects that we talked about earlier from a nature walk, and I can start to place those into my diorama as well. What if I want to lay down some of those branches and twigs that I found next to my creek? And I have my leaves too, and I want to add those. Maybe you actually found a bunch more stuff on your nature walk, like pine cones and things like that you'd like to add to your diorama scene as well. I tell you what, I am so excited to see what you guys make. I cannot wait for you to share those. I hope you come on and post and share those right here on Facebook with us so we can see what all you have created. I sure do thank you for being with me today, folks, and happy art making, happy exploring, and happy holidays. See you soon.
Don't you just love that craft that Kelly made?
Kelly did an excellent job. As a matter of fact, let me show you what she did with this. So when you get our Books Alive for Kids book pack, what you're going to find is that you'll have a craft in here as well. And this is what we made from the craft materials that we provide. Is that cool or what?
This is amazing.
Isn't it amazing? It's just amazing what you can take with a little piece of foam and your blue paper, your card, make it stand. This is what a great diorama looks like. And it's so exciting that we can provide all this for you.
Wow. How can we see their dioramas?
Well, this is all they have to do. They just need to send you an email to Paige at lartinc, LARTINC.com. And anybody out there can always talk to you. Isn't that right, Paige?
That is so true. Paige loves to hear from you.
Absolutely. She's such a wise owl.
You know it.
So, well, what do you think? Next time?
Oh, we're going to have a blast.
Yes, we are. We can't wait to see you again. Please make sure that you visit us at lartmart.com or learningthroughart.com, where you'll be able to download all of your materials and enjoy everything about Books Alive for Kids virtual adventures. Well, Paige, I think it's about time to go.
Already?
I know, it seems to go really fast, doesn't it?
Time flies when you're having fun.
It certainly does, and you're such a wise owl. You know that for sure, don't you?
Thank you, honey.
So why don't we tell our guests out there, thank you for coming. We'll see you soon.